Welcome to the 54th session of CENTA's webinar series for teachers. We have picked up quite a unique topic for today's session. Over the course of next hour or so, we'll explore the importance of role models in the journey of teacher learning. Our facilitator of the day is Miss Shweta Sandilya. Shweta ma'am is a My Center community member, just like all of you present here. She was formerly a homeroom teacher at the Amity School in Dubai and has taught in a government school in Delhi as a Teach for India fellow. Ms. Shweta has also worked as a correspondent and has had stints as an assistant professor and anchor at Z Media Limited and Headlines Today. Welcome, Shweta ma'am. Great to have you with us this evening.
Thank you so much, Hemant sir. I mean, it was such a fabulous introduction. Thank you so much. And I welcome everyone on this pleasant evening. I say pleasant because it's not that cold. It was like really very cold 3, 4 days back, and the temperature was dipping down to 5 to 6 degree. And sometimes I get fascinated with the skill set of these people. How do they do it? They really predict something which is not in our control, which is unpredictable to an extent, right? And then they forecast like this is going to
Hmm.
happen. Sometimes I get so much mesmerized that I feel like to be one of them. Now most of you can I have a request. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the communication will be only complete when I can actually interact with you, and the interaction platform is there. We have a chat box. Please type in your queries. Once the session is over, we are going to have Hemant sir, am I right? We're going to have a
Yeah,
question
ma'am.
session at 5:45, right?
Yeah,
And the
I'll,
link will
I'll, I'll
be
share the
shared.
link for, yeah.
Perfect. So we'll be sharing the link with you. But before that, also, everybody is welcome to key in whatever their queries are so that we can sort out and reach out to each one of you, right? So I'll just take you down to the memory lane. I'll take you down to the memory lane when I was, say, 4 or 5 years old. And when I used to get up, my grandmother was very fond of me, and she used to ask, okay, beta, what do you want to become in your life? This was her favorite question. I can still recall. And I used to say, okay, today I want to become a fighter plane. I mean, I want to fly a fighter plane. And she was very amused. After 2, 3 days, she used to just come up randomly. She would ask, okay, beta, what do you want to become today? And my answer would be, today I want to become a dancer, because I was so much fascinated with the dance moves of a dancer on the TV set. That time I really didn't realize that how important it was. I didn't realize till the day I entered my first class as Teach for India fellow, and I met with the students. That day we were running an exercise to find out who am I. This exercise was meant to connect the opportunities, the threats with the strengths and the limitations of the students, so that we can cater to their level, and so that they can achieve their aim. It took me, believe me, it took me 2 months time to actually crystallize those fluid ideas. One day they wanted to become an astronaut, the other day they were engineer, the third day they were doctors. And I was just thinking, oh my god. And when this the opportunity to be in CENTA came, the topic was really very close to my heart, because role models, those were the things they were influenced with, those were the people they were really really fascinated with. As we know, education is both art and science. So, one which clicked my heart, it's here. And one of the logics which appealed my brain, it came up when the NEP, that is National Education Policy 2020, was introduced. If I'll be just sharing my screen with you, it's a PPT, as general we take up in a webinar, but I have tried to make it as interactive as I could. There are few activities would request you to participate. It will be fun, and together we can learn, right? So I'll be sharing my screen with you. The first screen tells you about three crucial and very very important points of national education policy, where this strategy of taking up role models, effective role models, and their role in teaching and learning journey becomes really very important. kindly have a look at my screen. It's I'll be sharing it. I'll be sharing it. Wonderful. It comes here, and here I share it with you. Mhm. Yes. So this is my screen. If you can see my screen, the first point is new education policy 2020. Now it's very much official that 3 years old kid will be our student, right? They will be in our class. It's like, although they were there in our class, but now it's very much official. 3 to 6 under the school curriculum. This age group has been included in the school curriculum. And now it means a small kid, like right from cradle to the class. Such a great transition that kid will be facing as a student, coming right from mother's lap to the classroom, where we as teachers are there, right? Second is the budget allocation. It has been really increased. And third, the point which has been focused by NEP is they are focusing on reducing the dropout rate in the entire range, right from primary till all the classes. So when we see these 3 points, what do you think? It is very, very obvious. It's very, very obvious that the complete responsibility of teaching and learning, it comes to us. It comes to the teaching fraternity. And I know, and I believe, and I have complete trust that each one of us is giving 100% each moment, every day. That's what is my belief. That's what my belief as a facilitator. And to be there in this stream. So these 3 points and that question of my grandmother, what do you want to become today? They clubbed together, and that became the reason why I chose this topic. And the importance of this interaction lies in the facts and figures, besides in the dream which I used to have when I was kid of 4 to 5 years old. Right? So it is something which is coming organically in the topic. The topic of today, I'm just repeating for the people, those who have just joined in. It is effective role models and their role in teaching learning journey. So teaching learning journey, when I say it, it means we are together into it, you and me and our students, right? So while we sail through this interaction, how the flow of the session will look like, just have a look. It's the next PPT. Sorry, not the next PPT, but it's the next slide of the PPT, which I'm going to share with you. The flow is very, very simple. It tells you about, hmm, it tells you about this. Mm, 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 mm. I hope everybody can see the next slide on their screen. The flow is very simple. It says what, why. Then I'm taking up a small, very, very crucial aspect. That's how teachers they act as a role model, and what are the limitations we face as teachers to be role models. And fourth step is how. What, why, teachers as a role model, how, then quickly to the assessment, because I know everybody, I mean, everybody detests to be assessed, this is the most difficult part. But think about the students also going to the formative assessment, the summative assessment, and number of assessments. So the assessment is only a part of it, just to find out how much we have gained through it, what are our takeaways, and after that we'll be sharing the link with you. If it's okay with you, if you find that's good enough, please send me a thumbs up in the chat box. We'll try to keep it as interactive as we can. I'm waiting for a few of the thumbs up. Moving to the third slide, and the third slide is pretty interesting. It involves your contribution and your creativity and your thought process. Third slide, when it comes to your screen, what you have to do, I just speak a word. You don't have to think much. Whatever comes to your mind at the first go, you have to you can write in the chat box, or yeah, that is the only way. You can write in the chat box, and then quickly we can make a bouquet out of it, and we'll have our first activities outcome. Right. So it's here. It's here. It's here. Third slide tells you about this. The third slide is a theoretical domain. It says what is a role model. I mean, very obsolete and tired way of asking what is a role model. I'm just going to ask you, the word role model strikes here. What comes to your mind? Whatever comes to your mind, please write down in the chat box so that we can reach to a conclusion and a definition. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Can I see few of the comments coming up? I'll just try to log into this. Yes. Here. Mm, wonderful. Aha. Attractive. Thank you. Different color papers. Oh my God. Being real, look up. Lovely. You know how much motivated I am. You know, I'll be sharing this between you and me. Don't share it with anybody. I was a bit nervous, but now I am okay. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Lovely. Great. So I'm putting up these together. I'm putting up these together. Role model, right? Now it's visible. Role model, inspiring, mother, good, colorful. My father, lovely. I'm sorry if I'm missing out on something. Hi, Manjula. Future me, lovely. Future you, good, 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 good. Mother, who impresses us? So many of it. So together we have put all your, I've tried to club almost, like my hands are full with the colored paper, right? My hands are full with the colored papers. Who appeals, welcome, maker, most of the people, they are saying mother. So it seems that the role models, I'm not saying it, are the role models being stereotyped? Just think about it, because I think mothers, they are there with the kids for a longer period of time. Aren't we forgetting our the other part of our family? hmm? I have just read father for 3 or 4 times, but yes, I go for it because my role model is my grandmother, my dadi, my ammaji, right? Oh, mentor. Oh, lovely. So this is what coming up. Hey, I am making it a bouquet and putting it here. This is for us. This is for us. This is for us. Awesome. Lovely. So here, now once we have contributed to the definition, we have contributed to the definition. It's husband. Oh, nice. My husband who inspires me. Good, great. So we have role models all around us in different forms, in different relations, in the form of different relations, right? So once we are there, now I'll be taking you to the next slide. I'm reading here. I'm reading here. Please continue. I'm here. The next slide is about this is what we feel, and this what is when it comes to the definition of a role model. Now, those are the things which are coming from here, and the experience, the circumstances, the environment around us. I completely appreciate, I respect all the role models which you have told, complete respect. Now, but we are just heading to the definition of the role model. Let's see how close we have been while contributing to the definition. A role model is someone others look to as a good example, just as a model is something that represents an inspirational ideal. A role model is someone. Wonderful. Bingo, we are almost there. Most of you have told the same. The role model is someone who inspires others to imitate his or her good behavior. Parents try to be role models for their children by being good people. Congratulations to all of you. We have been almost there. Many of you told the same thing, which are highlighted in the definition. Great job. So we know what is a role model. Last line. Focus on the last line. It says parents try to be role models for the children by being good people. Now, the last line, when the introduction of national education of policy has been done, the onus has been shifted to the teachers, because now we are going to have, officially, we are going to have 3 years old in our class as our student. So the onus has been shifted to the teachers. That's why today's topic carries a weightage. Great. Now I am moving to the next part of it. It is this. Why do we need role model? We are sailing through. We are sailing through. We have done the what part of the role model. Now we have reached to the why we are dealing with this topic. There are many other topics, but why this? You know why? With the introduction of this policy and our own observation in the class, we have to play a part in at par with the technology. Technology is doing its own bit. It's contributing to the teaching and learning journey. We have to take out the bag and take out time tested strategies, tools, and pedagogical practices to improvise upon the already whatever we have, to improvise upon it, to reinvent it and reintroduce it, reassess it, and retest it to have a greater success rate. To have role models in the class, it has been proven scientifically and has been supported by various research. You just go to the Google and type. Now Google is such a wonderful resource. You just go to Google and find out how can I use role models in the class, although they won't be getting into the depth, but they'll be giving you the PDF and other resources where you can refer to and find why role models in the class. So my question to you is, and what I expect, that if you agree with the first point, please put one in the chat box. The way you are giving your answers, your introduction, your suggestions, everything is coming up. Lovely. If you agree with two, put two. If you agree with three, put three. First option is why we should study role model. That is also a theoretical domain, because what was theory? Why is theory? Right? First part, because science has proven it a magical component in effective teaching and learning, so I should go ahead with the role models. This is the first option. If you agree with it, please put one. The second option is for you because I as a teacher has witnessed its application working wonders in the class. If you have done it, you have found it true, put two. If you, oh, lovely, one, three. Few of you have already read the third option. I'm like, it seems I'm slow at it, huh? Oh, nice. So, because we as facilitators, like we as a community, we as a teachers, we as facilitators think, believe that the concept of role models work. Let me see how many come as three, how many as two, as. And one more thing, the way we tell to our small children, the grown ups, the younger ones, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. You have to tell us so that together we can mend it if required. Let's see. Oh, two, two, three, two. Okay, one. I can see one, two, three. Thank you. You have put one, two, three. That's a nice option. It's a comprehensive answer. Much appreciated. Three, three, three. Nice. Good. If you have chosen three, it means that you have applied this concept in the class. You do have something to suggest us and to contribute to the community, those who are online and those who are going to watch the session on YouTube later. To them, you have something to contribute. Those have said one, science, okay, fine. We are in the process. It means we are on the path, but we still have to reach somewhere because science has proven it. But whether we have applied it, we have tried it. The second step says that we have tried it in the class. That's why we agree. Completely agreeing. Nothing is right, nothing is wrong. One means we are on the path. Two means we are midway. Three means that we are reaching somewhere concrete. We are reaching somewhere concrete. Real good. Now taking you to the next slide. It is fun. The next slide is fun. I like it personally. I like it personally because it says much. This gesture which we use often in our class, the gesture we often use in the class, these are the gestures which make a student's day. So I think this slide makes my day when it says yes. Yes, we agree to it because the science has hands down proven that the role models, their use in the class, their implementation, their application, their designing, their redesigning, their improvisation, everything works wonder in the class. And kudos to those who have said number one. Number two, Mm, yes. Okay. Now, I'll be taking a permission from Hemant sir. Hemant sir, and I would be requesting to all of you that I'll be switching off my camera for a few seconds, say 3 or 4 seconds. This is an exercise. Please just have a look. What we are supposed to do, we have to visualize the situation. For that, I don't have any visuals. You just have to listen to the audio, and the audio is mine. I hope I am audible. I hope it sounds well. So the audio is mine. I'm going to switch off my camera for a few seconds. Stay there. Listen to what I'm going to say. Right? Here. Oh, my dear son, I really want you to be courageous. Yes, yes, Papa. Yes, yes, Papa. Mhm. Just look at this stick I have brought. Look at this thing. I have all the things to protect. I have all the things to protect. I will fight the bad people. Oh, lovely. It seems that you know the meaning of being courageous, right? But still, we need to work upon that, little son. Okay, my son, now I want you to be a righteous person. Righteous? Come on. Righteous is a word which doesn't lies in the vocabulary of that small kid. In that case, in that case, what are we going to do? First was first word was there in the dictionary of that small kid, and it's a very common word being used. Second word, how are we going to deal with it? Because that really creates confusion in that small mind and likes thinking what is right, yes, am I doing the right thing, am I doing right thing is right, yes. So what is there? Here is the answer. The answer is here. The slide on your screen, it gives the answer. We need role models because their function is very critical. They assimilate the abstract expectations into concrete form. They act as a reference point. This is where I am. This is what I am moving towards. And here, or like this is the point where I'm supposed to reach. Right? They act as a reference point. And they will build a support structure which motivates the students to explore possibilities to get away from their limitations, fear, and anxiety. Third point, it seems to be a sentence. Okay. We need child to understand about it. Very true. Good. And us. Okay. Thank you. Lovely. Thank you. So it says we build a support structure which motivates the students to explore possibilities to get away. Now, here we are creating a leader. We are not creating a student who just goes as per the instructions, as per the latest thing, which is student driven, which is student centric. We are moving ahead a notch higher, right from here to here. We are creating leaders. They are exploring the possibilities. They are not going what we are going to say. They are listening to us because they are respectful. They're respectful to their teachers. They love their teachers. They dote them. But like now here they are taking the responsibility. Fine, this is the first input. Now I am going to explore the possibility. Let me come up with something which will make me become something which has been taken as a reference point. And this what I look like. I'm going backwards. That's what looks like. It means he'll be able to assimilate the abstract expectations into the concrete form on his own because we have created a leader. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? Small steps, bigger results, brighter students. Isn't it great? It's just the movement backward to forward, like how we are moving, right? We started with assimilating the reference point, and now he has taken the charge. He's going that way. He's creating his own structures which are concrete in nature, which are reference point for him and for the others, those who are having the same limitations. Now moving to the next slide. My next slide is I won't move to the next slide. I'll just stay here. I'll ask you one thing. I'll stay here. I'll stay here. I'll stay on this slide. So now these are the role models in the teaching. Now these are the role models, right? How are they going to impact the studies? We have just created the role models. What's new? We have created the role models. We have chosen them. We have designed them. We have redesigned them. How do they impact the studies? It's very simple. Very, very simple. I am. I was anxiety driven. I was very nervous. You know, few of your comments here, they really motivated me. I created that spirit within me that yes, my audience are lovely. Together we are learning it. Together, you and me. And this created a support structure for me. And here I am. Very much into you. Very much into the interaction. Loving it. So similarly, the same thing happens with the students, a small kid, a younger one, or a grown one. What happens, how it impacts the studies? Now I will move to the next slide. This is our next slide. This is it. Role models have direct and indirect connect, like it's direct and indirect connect. That's what we used to do when we were kids, and sometimes it looks good. So direct connect is where it the students impacted directly, the motivation system, his thought process, his focus, everything, because you have created something for him, or he has created something for himself or herself as a leader, which takes away the limitation out of him. Now he is a content person, a holistic, moving towards the holistic personality, right? Too many happy people, and you see the environment. That leads to the indirect impact, and the indirect impact is conducive classroom. Calm. It's not silent. It's not quiet. It's calm. It's focused. There is a difference. One is quiet because of threat, because of some anxiety, if for some fear, anything. No, the classroom is calm. Second, the classroom is focused. Focus. Third, the student is self motivated. So the direct impact is impacting the environment around, and the indirect impact is the conducive environment, the happy environment. And of course, it's so simple. It will lead to the accelerated learning. Whatever you teach him, he's more into the studies. Fine, ma'am. Fine, sir. Thank you, miss. Thank you, sir. Those are the things which come out here. Like here, it comes from here, because it's a person. When a person is happy, you tell him, okay, fine. Can you do this for me? Is it nice? Everything seems so beautiful. But when the person is almost struggling inside, fine. What should I do? I mean, I am stuck. Everything is going. Everything is falling apart. It's breaking down. No, our efforts as fraternity, it doesn't stops at one point. It has a range. It has a range right from here till there. You can't even define there. So we are directly impacting the student. It is indirectly impacting the environment. And there we are reaching to our goal. Our goal is use of effective role models, or effective role models and their role in teaching and learning process. I have created something good for this kid. He's happy, he's motivated, the environment is great, impacting the others. It's a ripple effect. One is happy, he'll share that happiness with others. He'll resolve the issues with the other kids because he is a leader. We have created a leader. Nice. I'll take you somewhere else. You will like it. You will like it because this is one of the topic we. I'll take you to a classroom. I'll take you to a classroom. Here is the classroom. Mhm. Here is the classroom. Should I play it? Okay. I got nostalgic because this is one of my classroom. These are the kids, and yes, uh, This can be my classroom scene of any of the classes. You must be connecting at this moment back to your class, to your kids, right? Must be missing few of them because few are very vocal and few you need to like give them a chance. Okay, now you speak. Now after that you have to put a support structure, but they will be there, right? So this is the classroom. Can you identify two key direct stakeholders of education in the video? There are just two. It's just the students and the teacher. These are the two key direct stakeholders of the education system. At this point, when you see at this video, can you see the proximity between the teacher and the students, the close bond they share, the trust they have, how much frank they are, how much connected they are, right? So when all these situations happen, what does happen? What happens actually? At this point, everybody expects a teacher to be a perfect role model. I'm using a word, perfect role model. Perfect role model. How does a perfect role model looks like? I will take you to one of the videos where a student who has become a teacher is defining how does a teacher becomes a perfect role model. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. All the expectations are well placed. All the list is long. I'm taking you to the next video. Please have a look. It's here. It's here. And this is a beautiful kid who has become a teacher. And she's going to explain why teacher is a role model. And I loved it. You know, I loved it. I loved it. Let me play it. Yes, till that time I'm going to read your comments. Students and the teacher, wonderful teachers and students. Yes, these are the two key stakeholders. Students feel connected and wanted. True, true. Building a rapport. Teacher and student. Directly connecting with each other. So emotional bonding. Yes. Yes. Now I'm going to play the video. Please have a look. It's lovely video. You'll love it. Definitely you'll love it. So now, have you seen this video? I loved the video, and I thought we'll be to share it with you. You know, this is it. This is it. Teacher should be this. Teacher should be that. Teacher should be here. She gives me this. I want this. She is like that. I love my teacher because she is like that. Now I want this. Now it's happening. I expect this. I expect. Okay, the list is unending. I still have it. I still have it here. Don't get scared. You know why? Because kids really speak their heart. They don't mince with their word. If she's saying something, I know a few of the words have been taken, they have been held by these teachers or by parents, everything. But don't you think they connect with us? Don't you think that this is what we are doing every moment, each day, 24/7? I'm not counting it into minutes and seconds. But yes, we are doing it every day. Still, still, think about it. Think the other question. Stay calm, wear your thinking hat. When we are putting so much of efforts, when we are putting so many of efforts, so many of them, still, why this question arises? The question is just make a rough estimate of the students we have taught till date. I have not added the word till date, right? We have taught. Few of us are freshers. We might have joined a year earlier or 6 months or post COVID, something like that. Few of us might be teaching for last 20 years, 25 years. Respectful. How many of students have approved us as their role model? How many? Let us go in the percentage. On the brighter side, 60%, 70%. Let me take it more, let me be more optimistic with it. 80%? Okay. Uh, okay. So, right. I am reading a comment that you couldn't hear the volume of a student who was in the video. I'll stop here. I'll just tell you what the kid was saying. I'll share it. I'll ask Hemant sir how to share it in the chat box. You can have a look at it. Because I really want you to look at it. The kid is saying that my teacher is intelligent. That acronym has been spelled properly. T for talented and other things, teacher. And then she said, I love my teacher because she helps me to do things. She never scolds me, she takes care of me, and she helps me in my studies. She do other things, right? So no, is it? Yeah, I can see the video. You can should I play the video again? It's okay, we can go back. Why to miss any point? I'll just go back and just I'll try with the video, if I can play it, right? I'll just increase the volume. Here it's 100%. Uh, I'm just going to play the video once again for those who couldn't hear, because I don't want you to miss on it. It's really nice. Hold on. Yes, I watched Hitchki movie. I have really watched it. I've used my playground to teach mathematics to the students. Good suggestion. Those who have not watched it, please watch it. It's a wonderful movie. Yeah, I feel I have some problem with the video. Don't worry. Don't worry. Like in the class, we go back once we finish. We again go back. We'll be doing it. We'll be surely doing it, right? So now, why not 100% of the students they approve us being a role model? I can see few of the answers which are saying 100%. 100% of the students they approve me as a role model. Just take a time. Just take your time. Is it really 100%? Is it really 100%? 100% is like absolute perfect. 100%. Then you must be a great teacher. Wonderful, much appreciated. All my heart goes for the fact that 100%. But I would, on my personal ground, I would say that not 100%. You know why? You know why? I'm going to do an activity for you. You will get. It's okay. It's not an answer. It's not an answer. It's just a cue. I'm giving a cue why 100% of students they don't approve teachers as a role model. One teacher, all the students throughout your year you have taught. I don't think I have been that great or that good, but still, those who have done it, that's really nice. That's commendable. So I'm going to give you another slide. It is a puppet talking. It's here. It's here. Let the puppets talk. In this slide, have a look on the screen. This is. mm, Mhm. Mm. This is one student in my class. Okay, fine. We are just taking care of all the precautions of wearing mask and all, right? This is one student of mine, and this is the other student coming up. Come on, yeah. Yeah. This is my another student. This is my another student. This is my Cute student, both of them really good. They're really good. It's a recess time. It's a recess time, and thank you. I think I've achieved this to 80%. That's also a great number. Believe me. Now, this is a recess time. Now, these are the two students of my class. Like, hello, hello. Yes. Did you finish your tiffin? Yeah. I really want to talk to you. Tell me what. I'm all ears. I think our ma'am is very kind. Why? What's so special? Because that day she was watering the plants. Oh, that's so nice. But don't tell it to anybody. I don't agree. You don't agree? You don't think that she's kind? Yeah, I don't think she's kind because the other day she was plucking the leaves out of the tree. Oh, the plant. Sorry, not tree, but the plant. Oh, that must be dead leaves, nah. No, still I don't agree that she's kind. She has plucked the leaves, she has killed the leaves. I don't agree. Now, the situation has been same. Students are two different students. The trait of the teacher being kind and the incident are the same for both of them. But both of them, they are not agreeing on one thing. I mean, for one student, the teacher is very kind. She becomes a role model because she's so kind. I want to become like her. But the other students like, no, I think that she's not kind because she plucked the leaves. Oh my god, the plant would die. And how can she's not kind? She's so unkind. She has make the leaves die. So what do you derive out of it? Two different students, one trait, single teacher, single circumstance. Why? Why? Why they think that their teacher is not one thing that the role model, the other one doesn't think. You know why? Here. Because both the individuals are different. They have different perspective. They are bringing with them the different past experiences. They are visualizing the same thing differently. That's what the perspective is called, like how they are looking at things. So one teacher can be a role model for one person, and the same quality, like same thing, it doesn't appeal to the other person because the teacher was plucking the leaves of a plant because they were dead, and I mean the food will be shared. It will be going to that leaves also, like just to take away that little amount, even the little amount, not to be wasted, and going to the fresh leaves and shoot. She plucked the dead leaves, right? So that becomes really something which was not appreciated by the other boy. So the act of kindness is making a role model of that particular teacher in eyes of one student, and it's not making her as a role model, keeping that kindness straight in mind for the other student. In that case, what we are supposed to do? So we find that as human being we do have limitations. We do have limitations. Like this list is pretty long. We are trying our best to cater to each and every element, each and everything, each and every listed aspect in this list. Still, we are human. Be kind to ourselves. That is one first thing. Be kind to ourselves, right? So we need to design, create, choose, and then associate the role models with the audience. Those are the students, which will help the students in understanding the expected behavior, filling the gap between the theoretical aspect with the practical concept. And third, making them feel motivated. That's what we are talking about, making them leaders. Sorry. So, being a teacher, it does have its limitations. We should accept it. We should be kind to ourselves. We are doing our best. That's what our belief is, and we can see it each day coming to us. Every day we are performing well, right? So, in that case, we need to have a support structure of creating role models which should be unique, which should be customized for these students, right? It should be customized because every student is different, every student is unique. And taking it to the next slide with that, these were the theoretical things. What is role model? Why is role model? Now coming the technical aspect of it. How? How? I know what is role model. I have googled it enough. We have done exercise, everything. But I know the need of the role model. But how should I do it? I mean, come on, so many things happening. How should I do it? Because this how is specific to the student, it's specific to the teacher, it's situation, it's linked to the uniqueness of the situation. It's a complicated process, it's a lengthy process. But lengthy process is something which doesn't matter to us because we are used to work that much. We are ready to work. What matters is the nuances, the technicalities, what goes behind the scene to get one role model on the screen for each student. That type of committed approach to create a customized role model for a student which will cater to his limitations, take him out of those fears, anxieties, and limitations, make him a happy person, connect him with the conducive environment, and will lead to the accelerated learning. It's a technical process. So next slide, which talks about it. Hmm. Yeah, this is a bit tricky because first point, every individual is unique. Refer to the principle of individual differences. Most of us have gone through the principles of learning, right? Principle of individual difference. I hope it echoes here. It was very interesting thing. Second, different situation demands different solution. I cannot offer one solution to different things happening around. I mean, somebody has got burnt and somebody has got hit here, broken bone. I cannot offer plaster to this and plaster to that also. So different situation demands different solution. So by this we safely derive that role models cannot be generalized to an extent. We need to keep them unique. We need to customize them. We need to really make one role model for every student. Where is the solution? Come on, tell me, where is the solution? The solution lies in my next slide. So be ready for the next slide. Solution is here for you. I've tried to make it simpler, although it's fine. I'll be sharing the next slide with you. It's here. It's here. So these are the four different and important components of solution. Right? Yes, they need to be listened. That point I'll be taking up here. Thank you for writing down in the chat box. Thank you so much. Attention, wonderful. As said, beauty. Like, oh, lovely. We should be friendly, friendly mentors. Like, so please have a look on the screen. We have a grid which says components of a solution. There are four different components of solution. All are very important. I want each one of you to really have a look. The first component is your resources. If I'm finding any problem, I need to have resources to address that issue. Resources to come, I mean, something to, I have to have some input to reach to some conclusions, isn't it? So these are the resources which I have to have as an input. Second thing, the guiding principles. Like when we make a dish at home, I'm just going to my kitchen. I know I'm not hungry at all, but yes, that's the easiest way to connect. Yes, when we create something, we do have ingredients, right? Those are the resources. Guiding principle, how much to put in a specific dish, that is the guiding principle. I'm trying to connect, I hope I'm doing it right. And then word of caution, there is something, don't put that much, don't do this thing, don't do that. Okay, come on, don't do that. That this don't part comes under word of caution, or I would say that don't part is something very, I mean, it's very hard word. I would say that do this, avoid doing this. Don't is a hard part, just avoid doing that, right? And one is accommodation. Accommodation is something that you have prepared a dish for three people and suddenly you have a call, okay fine, we are joining in for the dinner, come on, now we are eight. Okay, my god, now 5 to 8. That scope of adding three more people in your party is called accommodation. Accommodation actually means keeping a, it's a contingency factor, like something happens somewhere and you have to address it and fix it then and there. That is called accommodation in this context. So four components. I won't be assessing you in it. Otherwise, if it would have been one on one, I would have asked you to write down in the chat box, come and tell me the four components. But I know everybody is sincere enough. First is resource, second is guiding principles, third is word of caution, and fourth is accommodation. Leading to the first part of it, that is resources. What are resources? What are the resources which are available with the teacher? Or what are the resources which a teacher can effectively and efficiently create on her own or on his own? Right, the resources are, the next slide says about the resources. Here are the resources. Resources to create a customized model. First is KYC. I'm not talking about bank KYC, I'm talking about our classroom KYC. It means know your child. Know your child means you should be knowing each and everything. I mean, is it possible? Because when there is a, you remember when there is a parent teacher meeting, the parents, they generally ask how is our kid doing. So they do have question whether student spends, I mean, they are quite sizable amount of time at home, right? So when they do have a question, do you think that in the class of 30 students, or say 25 students or 22 students, are we able to cater to find out each and everything about a student? Is it? It is possible. It is very much possible. All it requires it bit of a procedure of doing it. I have been doing it in my class by maintaining daily journal, right? In it, I'll be sharing it with you. So it has the name of the students, their strengths, their weakness, their colors they want, the colors they write, their birthdays and the birthday gift, the best birthday gift they have got, the best dress they have liked, the best toy they have got, their favorite moment, that everything. I mean, it's just you just glance through it and you'll come to know, okay, my kid is liking this. Fine, now stop. Her liking or his liking has changed from this to this. It has shifted. It is uh, it is a diligent exercise, but it does help. It does help. I'll be sharing it in the later, if required, my daily journal. I'm just finding it out. I should have kept with me. Right. Second is observation schedule. The observation schedule says that when you enter the class, this can you cannot be like observing a kid sitting here. Okay, fine. Let me see what you're doing. No, you will never get to know the real self of kid. For that, what we need to do, we have to have indirect observation, and it can happen in any ways. You are just taking a round in the class, you're talking to a child, you are having sharing when they are sitting during the recess time, you just go and sit with them, have a chit chat, and just even when they're just moving out, you can just say hello, how are you, and that really pumps up the student, and he'll come up with something new. I'll tell you, it works. Okay, so quality time, yes, spending quality time. But that quality time, I'll be just, I don't want to address the name, but yes, those who have written the quality time, I would like to say that quality time, look, a teacher has to have a schedule, a timetable, and a class. I mean, so many sections. Probably one teacher is teaching more than one subject, so that time management is yes, and the quality time, it cannot be like assigned at one time. It has to happen organically. It should happen continuously. It should come in your habit. It shouldn't be like induced, like fine, and now I have to observe, now I have to do. No. And once you start doing it, believe me, it happens. You don't even realize that it's happening, but it happens. And at the end of the day, when you just sorry, at the end of the day, when you just take out all those observations, find out and make a chit of it, fine, this is my today's work, you will definitely find one resource, one new resource for your KYC. Know your child. The best part we have done in this is the SWOT analysis. Strengths, that's a personal domain of a kid. Weakness, that's also a personal domain of a kid. Opportunities, the opportunities we give them, we create for them, that is as per the circumstances, as per the environment in the class, and also the threats, the things, the incidents, anything which they perceive as a threat, that is also related to the environment in the class or the environment around. Not only in the class, I shouldn't limit it to the class, but environment around, right? For that purpose, we should have to have a defined locus of control, that there will be few things which will not be in our control. So our focus should be on on strengthening the things which are within our control. We have to actually cash on the things which we can have in our control, because that is the positive thing we can do in a limited time, doing the syllabus and doing the other things, right? Then is your daily journal, which I've already explained. I've shared it with you. Observation schedule is how we are going to, it's going to be more of informal and continuous observation in the class. It has to happen that way. There is no shortcut to it. There is no shortcut to it. Believe me, no shortcut. And next comes your, after the this thing resources, we are moving to the next slide, which says about your, what was the next slide? I wish I could ask you. What was the next thing in the four components? Tell me. Tell me, come on. Fine, that is right. That is the principle, guiding principles. The guiding principles to design a role model. These are few of the guiding principles I'll be reading through. One, a role model can be anything under the sun. If a child comes to you, okay, fine, my eraser is a role model. Ask him why. Why? If you get a justified answer, wonderful. If you don't, then divert it, keep him and bring him back to the topic. Redirect till he reaches to the topic. Right? Second, the role model acts as a continuum. They acts on a continuum. Wait, I'm going to share it with you. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to share it with you. What do I mean by it? Hold on. They acts on a continuum. Am I visible? Yeah, now it's okay. From here, from here, from here to there. What is the meaning of this? It's a simple graph, simple line, plus 2 minus 2 plus. It means a person, a student can like somebody so much that he absolutely wants to become his copy of the role model he want to follow. And you have always also heard this line, I don't know how many times, but oh my God, that is one thing, or that one person I really don't want to become like in my whole of my life. Now, that is also a role model which is referring to not to become. We have to understand the concept of role model in both the terms. I want to become exactly like him. I really don't want to become anything close to him like that. And the game operates from this extreme to that extreme. More you are closer to the positive aspect, more your designing of the role model is towards the positive aspect, where the students able to more you are actually creating someone who is happy at heart, who will be self motivated, because we have to take away the negative. The negative means subtraction. As such, negative sign means subtraction, so we have to subtract those qualities which are disliked by the student from the role model. Take him through the journey from minus to plus, from minus to plus. We are adding things, right? Next, now what we are going to do, I'm just going to the other part of, now role models act as on a continuum, right? They have, that we have already discussed, right? They have a unique attribute specific to the need of a student, right? I think my Wi-Fi has stopped. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? To err is human, to mend is a teacher, isn't it? So now we are back on track. Quickly, just going through these guiding principles. The students of every age, they have a role model. The kids will have a different role model, and the other one, they will have a different role model, right? The role models should be described in such a manner that they do not hamper the basic principles or the basic personal traits of the student. Now, they shouldn't become something which is their role model. They should get to their actions. They shouldn't become something the role model is. We have to preserve the real student, the real me of the student. We don't have to make him a copy of that role model, right? We don't have to make him a copy or make her a copy of that role model. Role models should evolve with time and as per demand of the situation. That's very true. As a child grows, his role model needs also changes. He should be, that role model should be able to accommodate those changes as per the situation and as per the growth phase or the development phase of the student. Role models can address wide range of concerns. Yes, that from behavior to study, from other things, they can address lot many things. It's all up to us as teachers how to create it. Next slide tells us something about it. I'll be quickly going through because I can see it, the time is like running. Oh, I'm just short of time. It's okay. Yeah, yeah. Where is the slide? Yeah. So, word of caution while designing a role model: emphasize upon the concrete aspects of a role model, of the aspects which a student can see, which are visible to the student. He can touch, he can see. And the actions taken by the role model under specific conditions are to be emphasized upon and appreciated. I would say what the role model is doing to overcome that situation, for that particular situation, what you have made the role model for, those actions should be appreciated time and again. Refer to it. There is nothing called a perfect role model. So kindly be gentle when a student portrays his or her role model. He might come up with something, okay, this is my role model. The mouse has a horn on his head. So you have to ask why. And if he gives you the answer, justified, well, accept it. If he doesn't, then again, take him back to the journey of role models. And avoid clubbing the emphasizing properties, right? There are, if you have created a role model for one thing, be it there for one thing. Don't try to club so many things together. It'll just make the student confused. He won't be able to get even single of them. Try to keep maximum two properties which you want to introduce to the student as a role in the role model. Nothing more than that. It'll just make the things complicated for him. The small kid will get really hassled, even the bigger ones, even the younger ones. So this is success of a role model. Your success of the role model will depend upon these three colors: green, orange, and red. Green is the action part, that is, you refer the role model to the student. Then, once he has seen the role model, he's trying to do things. Keep on observing, reflecting upon the situations and other things, how the things are big. Is the role model helping the student to become a better person? Is it solving the objective? Is it catering to the issue for what it was created or designed or chosen? With those reflections, do the amendments, create the accommodations, and repeat to refer, right? Repeat to refer. This is a cycle. This is a cycle because, as such, I have told you the guiding principle says the role models should evolve with time. I hope I did justice to the topic. And the last thing, I know you won't be liking it, but yes, I'll be sharing it. This is the assessment of what all we have done through the session. This wants us to design. I will say us because I'll be also participating in designing a role model for a student. The case is the student is fighting with everyone during the group activity. Yeah, and not able to continue or contribute as a team player. And when he's not able to, you know what happens? We have seen what happens when the student is not a team player, right? The entire group in the chaos and other things. And thus he's losing interest in activity driven learning, which is nowadays, I mean, student centric activities and student centric teaching and learning. In that, activities play a major role because they are as per the learning abilities that the visual. The student is visual, he's audio, he goes for the audio learning, or he's kinesthetic in nature. So I'm just giving you the cue. Acknowledge the concern. Never say there is no problem. Never say, because this will make the student lose his confidence. He'll think, okay, fine, I'm. It seems nothing is wrong. Am I wrong? If situation is not, am I wrong? Acknowledge it. Acknowledge the concern. Research. This for the research, you have to go back to the resources. That is your KYC. You have to find out why this is happening, from where it is coming, and then design the concrete aspect, how the role model will look like, and then connect and apply. Connection and application. How am I going to connect the role model with the concern or the limitations of the student behavior and learning? Assess its impact. Go back to the last slide. It says about three things: refer, and then reflect, and then I'm just going back to it. Tell me the third one. Come on, tell me the third one. I've told you the three: refer, reflect, and repeat. Right? So this is one of the assessments. As it's 6:6, I would request Hemant sir to kindly take over. And if there are any queries, questions, most welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful session, and
Pleasure.
we'll be sharing the link of the feedback on the comment section. Also, you can use the feedback link on my CENTA community. So, if you
Mhm.
fill the feedback, all of the audiences who fill the feedback form will get the certification of participation.
Right.
So, we are
So
open for questions now.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, ma'am.
Please. I'm there. If any questions. Thank you so much. I can read the comments. It's my pleasure. And interesting one, pretty motivating. You can always, we learn together. That's what I've learned throughout my life. We learn together. It's nothing one person cannot be everything. It cannot be. It cannot happen that one person can be everywhere. Three things I've learned from your feedback. I'll be sharing. I'll be reading the feedback later, but I'll be sharing what I've learned from you. All of
Who,
us, majority of us, we are knowing about what are role models. Many of us, we are applying it in our class, and also the real situations. If somebody wants to contribute to the real situation, he can just type in, and we can. What to say, Hemant sir? We can just go for the real situation, or what? Is there any question?
yeah, ma'am. We have one question. Who is your role model, ma'am?
Who's
Who is your
my
role
role model?
model? Yeah.
Oh, thank you for asking this. This is my favorite thing. I really wanted to tell, but I was just apprehensive about saying it on my own. My role model is my grandmother, my dadi, my ammaji, and she's the one I have always looked up to. And I could feel that. Can you feel that courage? Can you feel that spirit to overcome things? I could see the embodiment of the things as my Ammaji. I I really thank her, and thank you so much for taking me back. A bit nostalgic at this moment, but yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Any other questions, sir?
I think we are not getting any other questions. I think we are good to go, ma'am.
Okay.
Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session. And so, thank
My
you, everyone.
pleasure.
Thank you for attending the session.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Stay good. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Bye.